Welcome to Turtles Rising podcast, where we are overexcited and like to talk about a turtle cartoon. Today's episodes are Todd Scouts and Goyles, 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 which is a hilarious title in my opinion. And I'm M,
I'm Natty.
and we're very excited about turtles.
All the time, constantly.
Yeah.
It's very exhausting.
It's very exhausting to be this excited about something for so long. All the time. Oh, it's been so long since I had a cartoon that I was this much into. It feels so good. It feels so good to have something to think about when I'm bored. And today's episodes were definitely I loved them. They were very good.
They were an adventure.
Yeah. Todd Scouts felt 5 seconds long, but at the same time, it felt like it was 3 hours long. I felt like I was on a roller coaster that entire episode.
Yeah,
that was exhausting, but I did not stop laughing the entire time I watched Todd Scouts.
I did not get the chance to rewatch the episodes on iTunes before the podcast because I was busy today. So every impression that is still left in my brain and body remains from my first watching, which was live when it was aired on Nicktoons last night, and I'm still shooketh by Todd Scouts mostly.
It was so fun the entire time. It was pure character, and I love episodes that are pure character. And the new villain is amazing. This Dr. No, I love this character. And yeah, let's just start. I took a bunch of screenshots. I personally watched this episode approximately like 5 times today. 3 times to be exact, but then I basically went through it frame by frame to get screenshots for this podcast. So I found a bunch of small hidden jokes. I took screenshots of them.
Amazing. Yeah, let's get into the recap of Todd Scouts.
Oh, that was so fun. It starts with them stuck in this Chinese finger trap, this enormous Chinese finger trap. How did Splinter even get an enormous Chinese finger trap? And what did Donnie specifically Google to get them out of it? Like, he brings out his phone, like Splinter's trying to get them to think on their feet, and he pulls out his phone and he's saying, "Oh, I'm gonna Google how to get us out." And there's like, "Oh, great idea, Donnie." What specifically did he Google? How to escape a giant-sized finger trap? It's so funny to me. That entire start of the episode sets the tone for just the bullshit that is to follow. It was so fun. And this is just the first 2 seconds of the episode or something. It's so funny. Here is one of the like super quick jokes that really is. This is just a single frame because when they drop down and Splinter throws a book at Donnie, it's like on the nose lessons for teens, and then he just like slams it into Donnie's face, and it has the Facebook like on it. He just flies off into the distance. What is in that book? I love that Splinter is struggling so hard with teaching teenagers that he needs an actual like book, and I desperately want to know what's in that book. And he had an entire stack of books too. I wonder if they're all this awful. This one was the only one with an actual title, and it's so funny. I love it. I love it. So the Splinter talks about taking their phone, and then they're there to protect Mikey, and there's like a creaking sound when Leo shakes his head slowly at his dad. Oh, it's so funny.
Oh man.
We're like 30 seconds into the episode and it already has everything I love in an episode in it. It's so funny.
These faces are getting better and better, seriously, with every episode. This Leo face is probably one of my favorites. If someone threatened my phone, I would be the same.
He wasn't even threatening. He at first, like Splinter says, like, "What if you didn't have your phone?" And then Mikey is like hugging his phone, and Leo's like, "Who took our phones?" He's like angry about it. It's so funny. And then Splinter's like, "No, they just stopped working." And then Mikey's like, what's the point of living anymore? And then like
Same, honestly.
and then Leo does like that slow, creaky head shake of utter dad disappointment. Like this is dad level disappointment. And then just Raph and Donnie just appear to console poor Mikey.
Also,
I'm just
I'm
like,
not sure,
this is so cute.
but this entire pose with Raph, Mikey, and Donnie looks like a meme to me. It looks like a meme reference to me, and I do not remember which one, and it's bothering me a little bit right now.
I mean, definitely like this is like one of those like insert your characters here like
Oh,
blank
yeah.
slate memes, and it's
Draw the
hilarious.
squad.
Yeah, draw the squad memes, and like Splinter's struggling, and then he leaves them all alone in the woods, and he takes all of their tack. And poor Donnie, like 70% of his personality is tack, and the other parts are like insanity.
He looks so
he's
naked.
He looks so naked. It's so weird to see him with nothing on his head and no shell protector. He looks so horrifically naked. But at the same time, it's so endearing. And I love that throughout this episode, his brothers are deeply concerned about Donnie, but they don't really say anything. You can just see it in the way that they look at Donnie throughout the episode. They're very concerned about their brother.
Also very aware of who will lose it first.
Oh, yeah, I mean, of course, it's in the opening song, like Donnie rocks machines, like tack is his thing, and they take it away from him, and he's so cute. He's so cute, he's so
adorable.
upset.
I really like how this little detail, how his eyebrows are sticking out over his head.
Oh, yeah. See, season 2, like the end of season 1 and season 2 clearly are upping the funny faces to a 200%. And I love that because that is exactly what a snappy show like this needs more of, like funny faces. It also definitely takes the thing where, like, sometimes you don't want to make a character do a super funny face out of fear of making them unattractive.
Yeah.
Or like ugly or creepy in some way. Throw that out the window. People understand that just because someone makes a ugly face at some point, it does not detract from the character.
Exactly.
It adds to the character.
And to their personality.
I love that. Yeah, and like because with 150% expressions, you get 150% of both the comedy and the personality. And they are especially doing this so hard with Donnie. Donnie is so funny. Like they're all funny. They are all funny.
Donnie
but I love how
is intense funny.
He is the funny one. That was established in episode 1 of season 1.
It was.
And
he is the funny
he
one.
He has lived up to it. And I'm glad that everyone in chat agrees that the expressions are amazing and like that we all love it. It just also adds like an extra, like adds an extra little spice to the show. And now we're back to the actual episode because I love this. They're all on their phones. I love that they're all on their phones during this. Oh yeah, poor Todd in this. He was just talking to them all and no one was listening. And Splinter is just frowning. Like they're clearly all not very happy about going there.
Nikki in the chat pointed out Raph's phone looks a little bit bulkier than the others, which makes complete sense because he has the big hands.
Yeah, I mean, clearly they all have very individualized phones.
Yeah, Donnie's phone, of course, is purple.
Yes, of course. We have seen Donnie's phone has probably been in more episodes than Splinter at this point. Like, Donnie constantly has his phone out.
Yeah.
Like, he constantly has his phone out. And I do love, like, everyone in this episode, Splinter has the driving sticks that he's using that were, like, used in episodes before.
Mm-hmm.
And I enjoy that. I enjoy that it has been just established now that Splinter has his own like driving mechanism for the tank.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then they were left all alone. Splinter took their weapons and their phones and Donnie's goggles and his shell protector,
and
leaving Donnie naked in the woods.
And left.
Yeah, that just got in the tank and drove off, and he didn't even tell them specifically when he would be coming back. He just said, "You'll come back better ninjas, or not at all." Took all of their shit and drove away, leaving his teenage children in the forest with no phone, no tag, and Todd. And no offense to Todd, I love Todd as a character. He is an amazing character. He's hilarious. Todd is definitely like, I don't know if I should call him my favorite villain, because he's not a villain at all. I really like Todd, and I love the absurdity that is Todd. But Todd is not a fun person. Like, if I knew a Todd in real life, I would avoid him like the plague. I can understand that they don't want to hang out with Todd, but don't want to hurt his feelings. I like Todd. I would
Same.
never be able to hang out with Todd for more than like 3 hours in
Yeah.
real life. I am introverted as well. And Todd, the sweetheart, who I literally want nothing but good things for, and I definitely don't want them to hurt his feelings or anything. But I also understand that if someone told me that I had to hang out with Todd for approximately 12 hours, I would freak out, especially if I didn't have my phone. Like, literally no escape from social, like,
Yeah.
interaction. I wouldn't be
Oh,
able to put
yeah.
up the phone wall
Yeah.
between me and Todd when he was, like, making animal noises at me incessantly. I would also go off the deep end immediately. I would be Donnie in the situation, fetus position, staring into the abyss.
Yeah. I never like it when I see Donnie without his shell protector, without his
Yeah,
battle shell.
Yeah, it makes me. He looks so naked and unprotected. I know that it's not been established that his shell is weaker than the others, but I know that he's a soft shell, and he always has a shell protector. I'm only guessing that his shell is softer than the others, and he just seems so naked without it.
Yeah.
Very distressing. Poor naked being.
Next screenshot. Mikey's
Yeah.
Naruto running.
Yeah, oh my god. But this is when Leo told them that, like, if they run, they can catch Splinter,
Yeah.
and then Leo starts sprinting. Mikey just starts Naruto running like he's running away from Donnie. He looks more afraid of Donnie than anything else. And then Donnie just gremlins his way across the plains.
He turned feral. Full
Yeah,
feral
Donnie-
mode.
Like, I went through a bunch of stills, and this is my favorite one because Donnie looks legitimately feral in this shot. I love it. He looks like he's about to grab his brothers and eat them. Yeah.
Also, what is
so
his
fun.
arm doing? His arm,
It-
what is it doing?
It's doing a weird bend. I don't know. His elbow is bending differently. Listen, he became a cryptid in this episode.
He did.
Like, he
literally-
legitimately became a cryptid for
Yeah.
a bit. But I love that Mikey's Naruto running. I love that. It's so funny because technically it is a ninja run. And then Raph is the most like, I know he's like the oldest brother, and he's like being a good, responsible leader bean. And I love that about Raph in this episode. And but his 3 younger brothers are absolute messes in this episode, and I die. Raph is such a good boy in this episode. He's trying so hard to do what Splinter wants him to do, and I live for it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and this is when Todd tells them, okay, what would you eat in the wild? And the first thing Raph does is grab a very large rock.
Did you get to Google it? Is this a snapper turtle thing?
No, I didn't Google it. If it's a snapper turtle thing, I cry, but I don't think they eat boulders in the wild.
I mean, I wouldn't exclude it. Does someone in the chat know? I don't know.
I mean, like, if anyone in chat cares to Google it, please let us know if snapper turtles eat boulders in the wild. That would be funny. If you,
no.
if you go one, this is also the thing. Like, Donnie is very sad and looks at a twig, and then Leo immediately resorts to just cannibalizing his soft shell brother.
I mean, soft shell turtles apparently are very tasty.
Very, very, Very delicious, yes.
Eternal
Oh my
Glitch
god.
posted, in the wild, turtles and tortoises, I cannot pronounce the word, I'm sorry,
Tortoises.
eat rocks because they crave certain minerals.
They crave those minerals.
The occasional rock can provide a variety of micronutrients or minerals, including calcium and iron. In captivity, you should supplement your turtle's diet with calcium.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
so it is actually
So
a turtle
Raph
thing.
eats rocks. Okay, cool. I'm expecting that Raph was gonna like crunch a way bigger rock than he can. I also love that like right before this, like Donnie picks up this twig and looks so sad, and then
Yeah.
Leo's just like he's a second away from cannibalizing. They've been alone in the forest for maybe 3 minutes, and Leo's already resorting to cannibalizing Donnie.
To be fair, it is just a disaster twin thing, in my opinion, because Donnie is also always 2 seconds away from committing fratricide.
Yeah,
With
like
Leo.
he is about to become an only child every 3 seconds that he breathes.
Yeah.
Like Donnie is 1 degree away from becoming an only child at any given point in time.
Yes, yes.
And but this whole scene was so cute because then Mikey is so proud of himself because he's like, I would eat berries. Like he's the food enthusiast, and he's like,
Yeah.
I found berries. We can eat that. That's food, right? And he looks so pleased with himself. And then Todd just tears into him for that because apparently these are no berries.
No.
And he
Oh,
like
yeah.
hits him in the face with his eyeball. This episode is all over the place. I love that he slaps him in the face. Also, a massive overreaction. Like Mikey's super finding berries that they can eat, and then Todd starts screaming at the top of his lung and hitting him with the eyeballs and basically shaking him, yelling that he should never eat those berries.
I mean,
And later we find out that the reason is because they give you the runs. Like they give you diarrhea. But yeah, this is the evolution of Donnie inching his way with his face on the ground off screen, and then he just kind of disappears for a while. The entire aesthetics of this episode is just so wholesome for like 70% of it. Then like 30% is absolutely wild and cannibalism.
okay, the next screenshot is the first wildness. I
Yeah,
cannot believe the things they did with Todd in this episode. I cannot believe.
He was so beautiful, sticking his head underneath the water, and like his hair is so long and luscious. So beautiful.
And his mustache also moves along.
Yeah, I mean, of course. It's also just as luscious as his long, beautiful hair.
The golden locks.
Ah, yes, golden locks. This is like that one Adventure Time reveal when Finn takes off his hat and he has like 3 meters of golden hair. That's that equivalent of that where he just sticks his head underwater and then there's like flicks it over and it's just golden and glowing. It looks like Rapunzel's hair from Tangled.
Yep.
I was half expecting to start petting them and like healing them or whatever. Like he's magical.
Says this is shampoo commercial, can't change my mind.
I want whatever he's using on his hair.
yeah,
so yeah, thanks. I'd love that. I'd love this in my hair. I want my hair to glow. Literally.
Yeah.
I'd love that.
And shine and sparkle in the sunlight, please.
And look this thick and luscious when it's wet.
Yeah.
My hair looks like my hair gets really stringy when it's wet because it sticks together. I want Todd's hair. Todd's beautiful.
Kurenigiri says, okay, but clearly the Rise of the TMNT crew loves Todd. I would
Everyone
agree
loves
with that.
Todd.
But yeah, everyone loves Todd because
everyone loves Todd.
He's very nice and I really want to try his lemonade, okay?
I want to try his lemonade so bad. And I have no idea how he managed to get heart-shaped lemons. But that's for later.
Look at the
They
boys.
look so bored. Yeah. Oh no, they're already so bored. They look about ready to fall asleep. They're so sweet. And this is where Todd was like telling them about all the stuff that they were gonna learn, like how to do animal calls and stuff. Like, how is this supposed to help them fight Shredder in any way, shape, or form? I thought that was what Splinter was trying to like teach them. How to like save the world, but no. Animal calls.
I absolutely loved that Donnie just recreated his tech with wood and pine cones, and
Donnie just straight up became the rake in this episode.
he
He
did
just
become a
became a
cryptid.
cryptid.
Yep.
He became a creepy forest cryptid. He's just that is straight up the rake. Like with the round, scary eyes in the dark. He's so funny. He's so over the top always. He went absolutely feral. And it's so it's hilarious. I love
Really
that.
did. It was
He
so
really
funny.
just went feral. And then it was just like, hey guys, I can show you something fun, but you gotta ditch Todd. And then Raph looks at Todd like this. And Todd's making all of these animal faces. And like Raph is really trying to give Todd a chance, but it's just so hard.
I think there it shows again that Raph is the oldest of them.
Yeah.
Because he really wants to give it a try.
Yeah, he's the most mature out of them when it comes to like actually doing what he's told.
Yeah.
This is after Raph asks Leo to do his thing.
Yeah.
And I love this actual character development of Leo becoming a proper face man of the group. I love that he is now the one that is called upon to do the talking. Because he is so smooth, but he's also so bad at it. But it just works on people for some reason. And I love it. And then he always starts the same way too. You know he's bullshitting when he starts with, "Have you been working out?" He did that in the season finale. Does that to Todd. It's so funny the way that he does this. It's like, "Huh, have you been working out?" Like he just pats his mustache and asks him if he... No, Todd has not been working out. Todd has been making animal noises and having a puppy orphanage. Todd's too nice. He has too many good deeds to do. He doesn't have time to work out.
Channel Glitch says he did that to the fox guard.
Yeah, he did that. That's what I'm saying. You know that he's just bullshitting his way through when he starts the conversation with, "Have you been working out?"
That's amazing though. That is continuity.
And then he tells Todd that, "Hey, how about you let us go off on our own and we'll show you how much we learned." And Todd just starts crying because he's so proud of them. And then Leo just gives a smug thumbs up because he talked their way out of it. That is hilarious to me. I love this. I love this evolution of his character. But yeah, here you can see how actually concerned his brothers are about Donnie.
I love Mikey sitting on Raph's shoulders. It's cute.
Like it goes from Leo being all smug and then being excited about ditching Todd to them being genuinely terrified of Donnie.
Yeah.
Because he is scary in this moment because he's like itching all over and doing
he's very
twitches.
twitchy.
He's all twitchy and he has like they made the line underneath his eye thicker.
Yeah.
Which is so funny because it looks like he hasn't slept for years, but they've only been at the forest for like 3 hours or so.
If at all.
Yeah, and then he has this curtain made out of spider webs with some leaves, some ferns on it, and some sort of golden squiggles. Where did he get the golden squiggles? How did he make a curtain out of spider web?
Wherever
He managed
he
to
goes,
do all of this.
Wherever he goes, he's still a genius.
Oh yeah,
Crazy
I mean
genius.
yeah, you can't really take that away from him. You can make him. You can make him definitely. You can take him out of his comfort zone, but you can't take his genius out of him. He manages to make a hot tub and a fan, and it's all squirrel powered. Somehow he Disney princessed all of these animals into voluntary slavery, and I have no idea how he did that.
Before I continue with the slideshow, I want to give a little shout out to the little twig in his back.
Oh yeah,
that is like poking out of the wood on his back. I really like that out of some reason.
Yeah, I mean it makes it more organic looking. Also, it makes it look like he literally tore that off a tree with his bare hands because it almost looked like a shell protector. But yeah, you can see that he has 3 different shell protectors now for some reason on the wall. He has drawn a little arcade, made a little skateboard ramp for a skateboard that I'm assuming he made as well. His little training dummy, 4 lounge chairs, which means that he definitely did want to include his brothers in this heaven he created, and a jacuzzi that's powered by an open fire and some squirrels. He is so smart. and somehow manipulative enough to trick all of these animals. Also, he had like 8 different punny names for this place. He had so many funny names. Like one of them was, I think, like Constantinople or something. Like it was all actually hilarious. Yeah, and then these beavers are just doing his bidding for some reason.
So many
We
beavers.
don't.
Where did he get all of these beavers?
How did he get all these beavers this high up into the tree? And there's so many squirrels that power things as well. And he made all of this, and then look at that meme face.
That I think it's from some anime. I saw that on Twitter. Someone posted that anime face. You just talk about it. I'm gonna try to find it.
Yeah, this is definitely. I remember this face. I've seen this face, and I think that is very funny because it's such a good face, and it looks good on Donnie. And then poor Todd shows up, just like, "Oh, you guys have passed survival into betrayal." Honestly, I think that they did an amazing job surviving. I think that they did an amazing job surviving, and I'm very proud of him for building an entire treehouse of luxury that has a functioning hot tub. Todd brought this lemonade over. If Todd had just been more appreciative of all the stuff that Donnie did build, instead of taking it so personally, they could have had an amazing camping experience in this treehouse that he made. Yeah. It's Kid from Soul Eater. It's a very funny face. Of course, not the exact same because he doesn't really have a human face, but
Yeah,
I enjoy it.
I think it looks very similar. So definitely. Oh
Yeah.
no, the heartbreak.
At least inspired by
Yeah,
Soul Eater, if
definitely.
anything. Yeah, we have here like heart-shaped lemons, so that's good.
How
And then
do
one
they
of them
grow?
breaks dramatically. How did he make heart-shaped lemons? We'll never know. We'll never know.
I mean, it's Todd. He has so much love and kindness. His lemonades, when he plants them, probably grow in heart shapes.
Oh yeah. Also, I love this scene where he's like really upset and throws the thing and he's about to run away. Then he comes back, grabs it, and then fixes the flower and says, "I'm sorry that you got mixed up into this." He's so nice that he's even nice to this one flower that would have fallen on the ground. That's so sweet. This is very fun and cute, and I love it. And then he gets captured by these villains.
I cannot believe that the villains were dentists. That was the first thing that made me angry.
They are called the Tooth Fairies. That's what he calls the gang, the Tooth Fairies. And I just really like this one Leo face.
Yeah.
I also like that Leo says that we just need to tell Todd that we don't dislike Todd, we just dislike everything he stands for. And I'm just like, wow, that's roughly Leo.
Doesn't make it any better.
No, that's rough. If anything, that's worse than saying that you dislike Todd.
Oh no. Donnie's so cute, little pine cone crown.
Yeah, I mean, this is where Leo's is like in the screenshot before, Leo's is like, I actually learned something.
Yeah.
And then Donnie's is like, yeah, cool. We could do this one specific thing without our phones, but I cannot stress this enough. In the future, I do need my phone at all times. Oh no.
I believe that, considering that he turned into a cryptid.
He was without his tech for about 2.5 hours and he became a cryptid. Yeah. Also, obligationary hug screenshot.
Very
I need
important.
to include them hugging.
Super important. And then
they look so happy. Yeah, they dressed up, and I love this little dress up montage. I just like it when they wear clothes.
Yeah, same.
It's so cute to me. I just like them having little outfits.
The rise of the TMNT fandom gets excited when the turtles are wearing clothes.
Yes, the more clothes, the better. I love them wearing all that cold winter gear in Snow Day. I love Leo putting on his little hat and Donnie putting on what looked like booty shorts until you zoom out. And they're just all so cute. And Leo's doing a little peace sign.
He does the Sailor Moon pose.
Yeah, it's a Sailor Moon pose. And Mikey looking fresh. And Raph then, discovering that clothes are not really for him. He's too chong. He is just too big for clothes, and he looks really upset about it too. Donnie does not even look surprised.
Donnie's just like, not to dish again.
Yeah, basically. Where did Donnie get rope? I don't know where Donnie got rope. He made it himself. He is the ultimate survivalist.
He gets so... Yeah, he
Yeah, and then I love this scene because we get to see how Donnie talks to the animals. He uses sign language because I noticed in this when I was taking screenshots. He says the thing like "Take it down, boys," and he with everything he does little sign language gestures with his hands, and then the beavers are just like "Leave no trace," and then the thing explodes. And I was just like, "Yeah, maybe you should have,
It
like, wait later, Donnie. How about leaving that for other people who are lost in the woods?"
and I remember when we watched this and you were just laughing hysterically and yelling, "He's so intense!"
Yeah, I did do that. I was laughing the entire episode. I could barely breathe,
This
and
episode was so wild. I was sitting
it
there
was
with
so wild.
my eyes wide open, just as usual, just staring at the things that are happening.
Yeah, I same for me, except just picture my face completely slack, mouth wide open, eyes wide open, but just laughter is just bellowing out of me.
Yeah.
And I love this villain and his jitsu glasses.
Oh yeah, he also has the slightly yellow glasses. That is
Yeah,
true.
that make his eyes do the thing that Jitsu's eyes do. But I love this villain, Dr. No. And
Yeah.
I know that I found an actual screenshot of his house that's at the end. But I love this dentist dude and I love his like himbo assistants.
Oh
Like
yeah.
like these gorgeous dudes that just like are just like, "Oh, doctor, maybe if you rip out his teeth, you'll feel better." And he's like, "You know me so well." It was all just so endearing, and I love it. I mean, we definitely will see more of him in the future. That's
Yeah,
for
for
sure.
sure. What I also thought when I saw him for the first time, I just need to pull up the thing. Needs a
Yeah,
second.
his thing is that he assumes that Todd is a Sasquatch and they want his teeth. That's why they caught Todd.
Is it just me or does he look like Trash Man?
I don't know if he looks like Trash Man. I'm really hoping that Trash Man is a different character, but I mean, they are both bald.
Yeah, when I saw this dentist villain for the first time,
I mean, it
but
could be.
I
This
mean
show can literally do anything at this point.
we also saw we also saw Ghost Bear mutate, so
Yeah. And here we go. A picture of the Sasquatch. I can't believe the Sasquatch himself was revealed on the show.
shaking my
Never
head.
be never before seen footage of the terrifying Sasquatch.
Yeah, which is apparently I had to ask people on Twitter because I did not get this reference, but apparently this is Andy Soriano himself posing
A
as a cryptid
great
in the
photo.
woods.
A great photo.
It's
I
amazing.
especially love the blur. The blur is really good.
Yeah.
This is a great to sell yourself into your show. You are the Sasquatch. What a funny joke. I love the way that they use like actual photos on this show now in season 2. It I don't know, it just adds a level of comedy in my opinion. And this dude's tooth collection,
What a
which
creepy
the more
thing.
yeah, the more and more I think about it, the creepier it is that he just has a bunch of teeth mounted on his wall. Just the teeth, not like the jawbone or anything, just like individual teeth. And one that looks a lot like just a very big human tooth. That's distressing to me. And then, yeah, they're all cuddly and so nice to each other. And I'm just like, oh, they're such good friends. Also, what
Question
is with
mark?
all the veins? What is
He's
with all the
very
veins in the show?
muscular. It just
Yeah, but
underlines how beefy they are.
like it's very creepy in a good way. I like it.
It's not as creepy as the green yokai dude from Insane in the Mama Train.
Yeah, the one that had like 18 veins and they all like popped up and then he screamed. Yeah, that was an entire thing. That one distressed me as well. But yeah,
There
I love
was
in this scene. I love how the one on the far right with the mirror, he like cocks it like a shotgun and it makes like a sound. It's so funny. I also like when you supersize them, dentist tools look terrifying.
they are terrifying.
Yeah, but they look extra scary when they look like they could stab you in the throat and fling you across the fields. Like it's extra scary. It's like an ice pick with a handle to swing it around with. It's very distressing. They also have like a bunch of floss in the little back containers. So it's just like a large floss container that they pull out, and I like that. I like
Yeah.
the aesthetics of this group.
I just checked the link that Heloisa gave me, and apparently the blurry Sasquatch cryptid thing is
Hmm.
literally the header picture Andy Soriano uses for his LinkedIn profile.
Andy Soriano's wild.
Wow, I don't.
Clearly, he is a hilarious human being.
Yeah.
Like anyone who uses this kind of photo in any sort of official thing is like mwah, choice human. The show is in good hands. But
Yes.
I like how the mirror is cocked, and here we get to see Mikey shoot the berries into their mouths through a mask. Mikey has killer aim.
Yeah.
They're all doing so good, and I like how wraths are still torn. That's just what they look like now. Like they're just torn. It wasn't done for a one-off joke. They keep it. They keep the clothes torn.
I mean, they definitely stick with their continuity. This is one of the beautiful things of the show. There's always callbacks and continuity stuff. And
Yeah.
yeah, the little callback to the no berries.
Yeah, the no berries, like there's no information in the show that is given that is pointless.
Yes.
All of it is leading to some sort of greater picture, and I like that because it's such good writing.
Wasn't in the scene that they all landed, but Raph was
Yeah,
smashing his head first
yeah.
into the
the-
place.
they said clear, 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 and then Donnie says 0% opaque, which means clear, which means that he's see through.
I'm
He's
so
such a
mad.
nerd.
I'm
He's such a
so
nerd.
mad.
Is he not capable of saying anything normally? I love him. Like everything he says is a joke.
I'm tired.
I
Nerdy
like
bunny.
Raph's little belly shirt.
He has
I
a little
like,
crop top.
yeah, he has a little crop top because he tore the rest off, and I think that's super cute. It looks good on him.
I'm still confused how this actually can happen though, considering that it should be mostly tied around his chest. So shouldn't it tear up from his collar to his chest? Logically, they just wanted to give him a crop top, which I'm super okay with. Looks cute.
Yeah, I mean, it's just very cute. I mean, his shoulder should technically be the first thing to rip, but I
Yeah.
mean, also ripped around like his knees instead of like his hips or whatever. It doesn't matter because it just looks cute. Also, they couldn't just tear it off around his chest because then the joke would be lost and his cute little neck brooch thing would be gone.
Can we
So,
just agree that Leo looks the worst in this uniform? He looks like A plus giving veggies material.
Yeah, he looks like a nerd, is what you're trying to say. Which is rough, considering that Donnie's usually the nerd, but Donnie's also like covered in random forest crap. So you just kind of don't want to mess with him. I like Leo's little shorts. I think it's the fact that Leo in this outfit only and like nothing else tucks in the shirt. Because normally when Leo wears clothes, he doesn't tuck in his shirt. Like that's usually the fundamental difference between Leo and Donnie. When they were board shorts in the Man vs. Sewer episode, they were both wearing board shorts on the top, but Donnie tucks his in and Leo doesn't. So
Yeah.
I think it's the fact that he's being a proper boy makes him look extra dorky.
Probably, yeah.
He's totting it up a little bit too hard.
And
Also, Donnie just being hilarious and saying like, "I'm
Goodbyes.
sorry that my brothers hurt your feelings," which was only my brothers, not me in any way, shape, or form.
Donnie being Donnie. Animu.
Oh yeah, I love this animu scene. I was already laughing when this thing started, and then I was roaring, which was bad considering it was like 3 a.m.
Oh yeah.
Like it was rough.
Yeah.
And then he has his beautiful shiny eyes. He's so good
Shading.
at talking his way out of shit.
The shading.
Like it's so soft. The shading's so soft and
Why is it so cringe and why do I enjoy it so much?
no, it's so good. I think it's the hand with the wrist sticking out next to his face that's so shoujo. And he's so cute. And so baby bean.
You
It's
should see my
hilarious.
face right now. I'm so
Can-
tired in my face.
can
I'm
we-
so tired.
Can we please have Leo do this all the time? I love this aspect of Leo. Him just becoming shoujo when he talks his way out of shit. So good. Best waifu, honestly. Also, here we go. I took this screenshot specifically because he has massive tits.
Yeah.
And he just flexes off his shirt. And then just
But
like...
not the belt?
No, of course not. The belt makes it be there. Because if the belt leaves, then it doesn't look like Rambo anymore, duh.
Oh,
Also,
yeah, that's true.
did you see that shirt before he tore it off? It was basically spray painted on anyway.
Yeah, fine. That's true.
So like
Oh
the
my God.
belt probably has more space than one of my favorite in-betweens the entire episode. I am an in-between frame connoisseur. I try my best to capture only the finest in-betweens. I love in-betweens, and this is definitely one of my favorite in-betweens.
I love what a
in the
mess the
entire
screenshot
episode.
is in general. Like, aside of Leo's face, look at the licky.
Yeah, look at the way his chest sticks out. Like how his neck is so squishy. It makes sense before his head becomes liquid. It's because we think that his neck goes down from like where his mouth is, but it actually goes down in the right place. And this is all like basically anatomically correct, except the head is just liquid.
Oh,
It was
say
so funny. No, but yeah, here's a hidden joke. The license plate of the car says "say ah." And for some reason, that just made it all the better. How much power does this one dentist have? He has the coolest license plate on his green truck. His truck, no, go back, please. His truck has the dental rear view mirrors thing. They're like little circular mirrors, like the ones that they put in your mouth to see behind your teeth.
There are so many visual jokes.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
most of them you
I
can't
love
even
hunting.
really catch because they're on the screen for literally 1 second or whatever.
That is what I'm here for.
Yes.
I catch all the hilarious little extra jokes. This show is like Shrek. You peel it off and it's funny in layers.
It has layers, oh my god.
Yeah, it has layers.
Oh my
And
god,
then
and then this entire thing happened, and I was staring at the screen like they did not seriously just do this. They did not make Todd turn into a Super Saiyan, and
I loved it. I loved it. It was the funniest. Like I was crying at this point. Super Saiyan Todd because of lemonade. He drank lemonade and yelled something like lemon power or something like that. And then he just became Super Saiyan and was
so
just
scary.
Super Saiyan for the rest of the episode. And I was like, what do you get? Okay, hello, one-on-one with the writers for a second here. Do you realize that you have introduced an element that is so hilarious but also so dangerous? Because if we're gonna have a fight between Shredder and Super Saiyan Todd, I'm just gonna put all my money on Todd. I'm just saying, like, why don't we just make him an honorary Yamato clan member and we'll be fine?
I mean, as the Gargoyle said, he's as bad as they can be.
Yeah, like Huyin and Moon said, like he's the worst out of all of them. Todd is a mystery to me. He's
Also,
the most
there's
powerful character.
the Waynes again that you love so much.
Oh, I hate it. Like his nipples are just so glowy in the dark. Also, shout out to all the background art in this episode.
Once
It
again,
was so good.
Once again, shout out to the background artists. You are doing such great work.
All of the colors are so on point, and the backgrounds could all be prints on my wall. I would frame them.
I'd mentioned this before. You can pause at any point in these episodes, and every single frame is a masterpiece.
Yeah, it's so good. All of it is so good. And like Todd is so powerful. I love that he still has the sunscreen and that he basically is a Super Saiyan with Disney princess powers because he uses the forest animals to beat up the evil dentists. I did not think I'd ever say that sentence. Those words all together, one after another, were really weird to say out loud.
I hope we will eventually find out where Todd is coming from, but at the same time, I kind of hope they never explain it because this is just hilarious to have him be this weird, overpowered character. It is very nice, but also very weird. I don't know if I want to know more or not.
We know that Todd is a mutant. because and he's like supposedly a really shady mutant because Repo specifically said that there was a real shady mutant that had the RV in the woods.
Hmm.
So we know that he was a person before he was a mutant, I'm assuming, or he was a capybara that bit a human and then got mutated into
Yeah.
this weird human capybara hybrid. But I also like that. Like I like Todd because he has so many layers of weird and interesting character aspects. And I also like that he brings out like he's like their weird uncle.
Yeah.
He just feels like this weird kind of like eccentric uncle character that they learn to appreciate, but at the same time they wouldn't choose to hang out with Todd,
Yeah. I
which
also
like
think it's very really nice to have an episode now where also Leo and Raph got a chance to interact with Todd because
yes.
originally we were introduced to Todd through Donnie and Mikey, and then we had another episode with Mikey and Todd with the what was the name? Nothing but Truffle.
Yes, nothing but truffle with meat sweats.
Yeah.
And yeah, like we originally Todd was a Donnie and Mikey only character, and then Mikey and Todd were apparently best friends, and now they all are hugging him because so far that he's only been like in the background and very specifically connected. I just like seeing Raph and Leo get along with Todd because
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think that Raph and Todd could be very good buds.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they like animals.
Yeah, they both like animals and they're both very nice.
Family tree is
So
growing, Nikki says that is very true.
yeah, I enjoy this found family aesthetics, and also
Yeah.
like I mean I'm pretty sure Raph would love to go hang out with Todd at the puppy orphanage
He
because
would love
Raph
that.
Raph loves animals. He said that animals love him and he loves animals, and I'm pretty sure that Raph would love to just go and flop down on the ground at the puppy orphanage and have the puppies just consume him. Like he just looks like a proud uncle. I like Todd. And that yeah, here, Dr. A No. This means that he's Dr. No, which is also a character from James Bond, like a villain. And it
Oh,
says like
interesting.
Center for Dentisorial Art. Ah, Dentisorial Art. Okay, I get the pun. And then there's weird ass teeth on like either. It looks really creepy,
I like
and
the
I like it.
colors. I like the purple against the green with the scary red out and background.
I like the blur and I like the green.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the green highlights really are like very good and they contrast so nicely. I like this light green gradients on the pillars. Like this is just a very very good frame. Like all of these background frames are amazing.
Yeah,
Also, he looks super creepy and villainy. Like he has what looks like either that is a dinosaur or that is a yokai.
yeah.
Like it's really hard to tell what of these are actual animals that he as a human should know and recognize, and how many yokai he has actually hunted down to take teeth from at this point.
He sits on a
Like
weird teethy throne, and that's
yeah,
creepy.
weird tooth throne. And I don't know why this throne, this does not look like some sort of normal surface level earth animal to me. Yeah, these could be shark teeth and these could be dinosaur teeth and such. But these could also be yokai, and I would actually love it if he's some sort of cryptid hunter that just wants their teeth.
So what is
That
this tooth from our point of view to the left? The one with the long thingies? Is this a
yeah, the
tooth?
one with the super long roots. They look like some sort of herbivore tooth because they're flat on the top. Like both
Yeah.
of these are very. This is what I'm saying that I don't think these are normal Earth animal teeth.
Yeah.
These look like yokai teeth,
They
honestly,
do.
and I'm all for that. I am so into there being some sort of cryptid hunter that's hunting yokai, and he wants Raph's Snaggletooth,
Wait,
and you
on
can see
the file it says kappas or reptilians. Is this
yes.
Raph? Also, why did he frame the thing specifically to stab it?
for dramatic effect. He specifically had a little frame. I don't know how he got this photo of Raph, by the way.
Yeah.
He got a photo of Raph somehow with his mouth open, and also there's a frame before that where he gently, with a single finger, caresses Raph's face on the photo and says, "Oh, that snaggletooth, I must have it." And I was just like, "Is this gonna be like, oh, I love him or something like that?" No, but then he stabs
Yeah.
like with a syringe, and yeah. Also, the this is one of the reasons why I took this, not only to set up this guy as a villain specifically for Raph, and I love that. I love that. I love that we have a Raph focused villain now.
Yep.
That's so good. Also, because we have already seen an episode further on in the series, the Piebald episode, and in that one, Raph has braces. So maybe this is gonna come to that one somehow. Like maybe they're connected in
Maybe.
some way. Like that could be a thing. But yeah, like Raph having this nice focused villain, and he has scars now. And I love how they included Raph's photo reflecting
Yeah.
in his
Oh yeah,
glasses.
I did not see
That's
that
so
before.
it's so good. That's such attention to detail, and he looks so creepy with like this tooth thrown behind him.
Yeah.
So creepy. He looks such a good villain.
If he didn't have
Really,
the little
really.
dot eyes, he would be genuinely terrifying. But because he
I-
has the little dot eyes, I think it takes a little bit of the very scary effect away.
Yeah, like the edge. But at the same time, like he has Lujitsu eyes and he has Lujitsu glasses. So that's like a slight familiarity with it. But I also like that on the files that he has like kappas, reptiles, he's clearly some sort of legendary beast cryptid hunter.
Yeah.
And I'd love to see him going around catching yokai and pulling out their teeth.
Yeah.
That just sounds like a fun premise.
That will
Like a
be
very fun
interesting.
premise. This guy might catch Raph, and then they will have to save Raph. Like what
Yeah.
I'm talking about wanting is that I would love there to be a villain that is specifically focused on basically taking Raph away,
Mhm.
because I would love to see the dynamic between Leo, Donnie, and Mikey without Raph around. Like if they had to save Raph, because we've only seen that in the Man vs. Sewer, but then they were basically saving Raph from himself.
Yeah.
But it would be a fun way to change up the dynamic of the crew by basically snatching Raph up. And also, I just like the fact that this guy enjoys the Snaggletooth as much as I do. I
Yeah.
feel a certain kinship with this villain. Also, I'm all for human villains. I'm pumped for more human villains.
Yeah, which is why it would be cool to keep him as a human villain. But I'm just saying there is a similarity to the trash dude from the intro.
Yeah, I mean, that might happen. That might happen. We'll have to see.
I could be completely wrong. That is true.
I mean, you could be right. You could be wrong. The trash man could be his brother. I don't know. He has radical 80s glasses, though,
Yeah.
in the opening. I'm pumped for Trash Man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm excited to see Trash Man. He looks like
Yeah.
a fun
If
character.
Ruff were taken away and kidnapped, he would go feral mode again.
That is true. If he's left alone, that's like the thing. Like, Raph alone.
Oh.
Like, I'm not sure if I don't think that he would go feral immediately. Like, I don't think that his brothers specifically are what keeps him sane and from going feral. I think Raph mostly goes feral when he's like completely alone and isolated. I
Yeah.
don't think he can handle being all alone. So because like he specifically said Raph alone, like even
Yeah.
when like villains were there, you just saw them as sewer monsters, not actual people. So I don't think he'd go feral unless this dude tied him to a table somewhere and then left. Then Raph would go feral. That would be fun.
Yeah. This episode was an adventure. And
Oh, it was a ride. It was a wild ride.
I was a little bit exhausted after watching it, especially because of the Todd becomes a Super Saiyan part.
Yeah, I was also emotionally exhausted after watching this episode, and I was open mouthed, just ugly laughing the entire time, like obnoxious. If I was at a movie theater with other people watching this, people would have kicked me out. Thankfully, no one was awake to hear me, so I enjoyed this episode so much. It was so absurd and all over the place and unpredictable. And the character, it was so heavily character centric too. Like most of the episode was just the characters interacting with each other and being put in a different situation. And that's what I mean when I say that this show is so well written and the characters are so good that you can literally make an episode. Even if this dentist dude hadn't shown up, the episode would have been an absolute riot.
I mean, the highlights in this episode really are Splinter basically taking some time off his children.
Oh, good. He needs that.
Donnie turning into a cryptid.
It was actually the rain. And Leo being the best at apologies with his
Yeah.
shoujo anime face.
Yeah, that was also a thing. And I really liked that in this episode, Leo was allowed to do the talking part. Raph basically allowed, when in earlier episodes of season 1, Leo had to be like, let me do the talking. I'm the face of this group. And
yeah, I mean, this is just character development. Leo
Yeah.
is slowly working his way into becoming the smooth talker of the group.
Yes.
Which I enjoy because he is good at it when he puts his ego slightly aside.
And I think that, yeah, Leo doing the shoujo anime thing was a highlight, and then Todd turning to Super Saiyan. That this is something I will not recover from. I'm sorry.
I like to imagine that the moment they all hugged Todd, he pulled up his phone and called Splinter to come and get them. And Todd had a phone all along, and he was like, all right, they learned their lesson. You can come and get us now. And Splinter was parked at a gas station taking a nap like 3 blocks down from the forest. And shows up in 15 minutes, gives them back their phone, and they immediately go back to their phone.
And the last highlight I forgot is we have a new villain.
Yes. I love this villain.
Yes.
I hope that his himbos are okay. This episode is definitely in my top 10 episodes of the show so far. I really liked this episode. It was very good.
It was a hilarious Donnie episode.
Yeah, it made me laugh about as much. Like, on the laughter scale, this is one of the funnier episodes in my opinion, especially because of the absurdity of it.
Yeah.
It's very funny. It's also a good character study because they're all a mess.
Then we're gonna move on to Gos Gos Goyles.
Goyles, Goyles, Goyles. Which is girls, 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 a pun on that. And I suffer. And look at this cute resume that they made. It has a little Teedle being carried away by them. I love this. This is like the opening of the entire thing, and they have a cute resume. They have
With
such
the
a
R
cute resume.
turned around.
Yeah, it's not perfect, but it's a very good resume. Also, a disclaimer: I'm Icelandic. I hail from Iceland, and Hugin and Munin, or Hugin and Munin, as they say in the show, are definitely named after Odin's 2 ravens. So I automatically pronounce it correctly, as in like the Icelandic way, because these are Icelandic names. So I always look at them as Hugin and Munin, which is how it's normally said. But they're standalone characters, so I will try to do the Hugin and Munin thing, even though it's difficult for me. So if I accidentally pronounce their names differently than on the show, I apologize. I do love their little suits.
Yeah, so
They're super cute.
What can we take away from this? Draxum is currently gone and they're looking for a new job, question mark?
Yeah, I mean, like, I hope that that's like a failure. Also, can we just shout out to the background artist on this? It would have been so easy to not include the paint chips on Meat Sweat's van, but they did. It looks all dented and scratched up, and the paint job is flaky, and that adds so much to the scene. They could have skipped that. They didn't.
As
Like
always,
that, it's so good.
The background, I keep repeating myself, I know, but the backgrounds are so good. I also love the little color hues. What is the word when one color changes into another? I forgot.
Gradient.
Yeah, the gradients within the line art of the backgrounds. For example, on the building on the left, how the bright blue turns into this dark greenish blue color.
So good.
It's really good.
I also love the way that whoever on the show, or whatever group of people does skies in this show, the sky, just in general, any time of day, is so good. Always. Consistently. The sky is always so nice. Yeah, I'm just happy to see that Meat Sweat's like alive, that he survived the TV show thing.
That is true.
I do hope that they got Guy Fieri out of the cupboard.
Yeah.
From that episode. That episode distressed me. I felt bad for Meat Sweats. I was concerned for his life.
Just one thing about this guy, very unrealistic. In New York, you should not be able to see any stars because of the light pollution. But
we do have mutant turtles.
Yeah, that's true.
Do have mutant turtles.
And
maybe the pollution's slightly more tolerable.
what happened to them during the finale? At some point, they were just gone when Draxum decided to turn into a drill and go to the surface.
Ah, yes, that one moment where Draxum turned into a drill.
It's true.
Yeah, he flicked them away, like slapped them away with his hands once
Yeah.
because there was like, oh, and it's tailored.
Yeah,
When they were
true.
like admiring the fact that Shredder was all like shredded,
Hmm.
and that Draxum was now like had this tailored Shredder armor that had shoulder pads. So there was no space for them to sit. Then he just kind of swatted them away, and then he turned into a drill and just kind of left. And he's probably just been gone since then, so they probably just assume that he's dead.
Yeah, they're just like,
That
oh
or he,
man, time to find a new job. Our old boss is
yeah, I mean,
dead.
that or they can't, or he can't pay them. I mean, like it's still a job. They're not there for charity. They're there to get paid. They do share a salary. That's the thing that they actually say. We do share a salary, and I somehow thought that that was just extremely cute and sounds like
Yeah.
a really good deal. And then Miswitz basically tells them that they misread the ad. He's not looking for help, he's looking for lunch, which means that he put out a help wanted. I like, how did that ad read? Just like he puts out an ad, just like, I want yokai to eat.
I mean,
Please surrender your flesh to me. I would like to eat you.
yeah.
Like that, it was that the ad? How did they misread that? Did he put it in the help wanted, yokai wanted to be eaten by me, and they somehow managed to misread that and applied for the job. I just think that's very cute and very distressing at the same time. Also, I love this background art.
This
I'm just
building
telling
looks
you
so
guys.
cool. I'm just noticing the statues.
Yeah, the statues have a color on. It looks kind of slave-y.
Yeah.
Like the way that they're like in colors, and this it's very like this building's like very prison like, and I like that it's called Goyles of Fortune, not Girls of Fortune. It's just that entire pun. I love that.
Yes, but from what I understand from this episode and how it established that these gargoyles are hired to do jobs, and they do need to do whatever the person hiring them wants them to? Question mark.
Yeah, like that's kind of what I get from this. Like they are goons for hire, obviously, but I think that they like train to be live-in servants, basically, because the one gargoyle man tells them that they can live in a very plush castle for a very cool warrior's alchemist. That is Draxim.
Yeah.
Also, check out these walnuts.
Yeah, he has
Get
such big biceps.
Get yourself
Them
a
guns.
hype man. Get yourself a hype man like Huyin. Like he's just like, get it, get it, get it. And then he goes, one. Yeah, you did it. And he's like super pumped. He did one. And he's super pumped. Like, you need a spotter as motivating as Huyin for serious though.
Also, do you think that they're brothers?
Maybe. I mean, they definitely maybe they're carved from the same stone.
That could be, yeah.
If they're gargoyles and the gargoyles are carved from stone, then maybe they're carved. Like, I don't know if that's like the case. Maybe they come from the same thing. If that's how gargoyles in this world are made. If not, then they might be related. They never talked to each other. Like they never called each other brother.
Yeah,
So
that's
maybe they're
true.
just very very good friends. But they might be related. I
Hmm.
like to imagine that they're carved from the same stone. If that's how
Yeah,
they're born.
yeah.
So they're not like brothers, but like they're important. I don't think they could function as a single person. They need each other.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, they are also characters that very much are bouncing off each other.
They only work as a duo.
Yeah.
Like it's quite adorable. And I can't really imagine one of them without the other. They're
Yeah.
very sweet and I love them. I love their designs too.
I'm
They're
I'm I'm
adorable.
just very happy about having a episode that focuses a lot on them because these two from the beginning when I saw them have always been favorites of mine. I love the way they're animated. I love their voice actors.
Oh,
They're
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 so
just
cute.
really good characters, and I'm happy that we got a little flashback episode that is very much told from their point of view.
Yeah, it's so sweet. Also, you can really just feel the way that they work. They just want to be comfortable, and I love that. They just want to sleep on a dog bed.
Yeah, I love that they just put their little faces on this stupid photograph.
Yeah. they just have this dream of theirs is just them sleeping in a cozy and not even like a luxurious, but just like a cozy bed in front of a fireplace. That's all they want.
Do you think that this picture of the doghouse pet supplies was maybe flushed down from the surface and they found it and then they were like, oh yeah, I want this?
Maybe, or maybe there's a black market underground for pictures of
Oh
cats and
yeah.
dogs. Like an underground yokai black
Yeah.
market where they like share cat memes and videos for like a lot of unicorns.
Kurenigiri says they just want a job and a comfortable place to sleep, and that's a mood.
Yeah, honestly, them wanting to work for just like food and board, just a place to sleep and some place to like and be fed. It's not a very lofty goal. They just want to serve someone that takes care. They just want to be someone's pet
So
and do their
technically,
best.
Splinter is Boomer, the
Yes.
Turtles are Gen Z, and these two are Millennials.
Yes, they just want to live. They just want to sleep somewhere comfortable and warm and have food to eat.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're millennials, and then we got the turtles that are like dabbing zoomers.
Yeah.
And then Splinter's a boomer who doesn't understand that being able to Google every problem you have is not a bad thing. Oh, I
Exactly.
suffer.
Oh
That's
man.
amazing.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, I hope that no, I hope that that won't happen because it might date the show. But them going like, okay, boomer,
Yeah, I mean that would be
would be
both
funny.
great, but also the worst thing at the same time.
Yeah, it would suffer. But yeah, I also like how this one gargoyle guy just like, if this is how everyone sees Draxum, I'm amazed that Draxum is single.
Yeah.
If they're thinking, yeah, he's like an awesome warrior scientist man, and then this is how this random gargoyle man sees Draxum. He's just gorgeous with shiny eyes and these super kissable lips.
Also, shout out to character design to not make all of the characters always just like very muscular, but also
Yeah,
muscle job.
I like this muscle chop gargoyle so much. I also love his voice actor. His voice actor did a really good job, like really getting a character out of this character that literally has 3 animations and a half a second of screen time.
Hmm.
And I suffer. It's really good. I also like how all the gargoyles were super different
Yeah.
looking. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, diversity is a great, awesome thing in the show.
Yeah. I also just love that they have a real bro mentality.
Yeah.
Like that all the gargoyles are just bros. They're like always in teams of 2 and they're like broski. For some reason that cracks me up. That's just a nice
What I love
joke.
is always these stupid words just thrown at the
Yes.
screen.
Yes, there's a great example of that later that I'm gonna freak out on you over. Also, bad idea. The fact that Draxum's house has something called like the devil's spine or something leading up to it, that is beautiful to me. I love the Mystic City. I love it.
Where was this
I
thing when the boys arrived in the very first episode?
I mean,
I have something. Okay, I'm just gonna bring it up now. This episode felt very fast and kind of rushed from the things that happened. It just felt a little fast and quick. But I thought about it. This episode is literally a flashback, a story told by both Hugin and Moonin, and they are telling the story from their point of view. We are hearing their story. So we are not seeing the events exactly as they were. We are witnessing their version of the story. And of course, it is fast because they are just literally telling one event after another. So maybe they
yeah,
also
like
completely exaggerated here with this entire thing.
yeah, probably. I like this episode. I was expecting more because what had been teased on Twitter was a lot of pictures of the turtles as tiny baby tots, like pre-mutation and all of that. So I was expecting like the entire episode to basically just be a flashback. But the fact that we get to see this part from Huin and Moonin's perspective, at first I was like, oh, well, I expected something else, and I was really hyped for baby turtles. But then I thought about it, and the thing is that this is just re-establishing again for season 2 stuff that we basically already know because we inferred it from a song in season 1. So thing is that we just in song form Puyin and Munin, they do explain the whole thing with the turtles being mutated and everything. And if you think about it, that is not enough to establish that. Just in song for like 20 seconds while a lot of other stuff is happening in an entire episode where they're basically realizing that Lujitsu's their dad. So having another slightly slower paced episode, even though the pacing was fast, but when it comes to the turtles being mutated and the whole Lujitsu part of it, I like going a little bit more in depth with this. But this
Mhm.
is just reaffirming information that we already know because we read between the lines. This is just bringing it up to the surface. And that's very clever because this means that, like, I was expecting there to be more baby turtles. And yeah, I'm slightly disappointed, but not really, because I was just disappointed because I wanted the baby turtle episode. But this is just setting up what comes next. What is more important to me is not the baby turtles literally being mutated into tiny turtle tots and Lujitsu saving them. That's not the interesting part that I wanted to see. What I'm super interested in seeing in this context is what comes directly after. When Lujitsu has been mutated and is running away and has these four babies that he decides to raise as their own. So I honestly just would like to save that for its own episode, like pure from starting from that point. We don't have to include the whole Draxum thing from the beginning in that episode, so we're not technically missing out on anything. If anything, this is setting up a better baby turtle episode, like something that can like be an entire episode about us seeing the struggles of Lujitsu learning how to raise four tiny mutant babies. I'm excited for that. So this was a really good episode to set that up, basically.
To give us a
He like
reminder.
yeah, also we got to see why he decided to save them because Lujitsu is apparently just an animal lover and loves animals and he has sworn off fighting and like this just is a really really good baseline for this. And I like that they're revisiting this particular part of the story because when you think about it, we know this and we have internalized this because we love the show and we think about it a lot. But people who are just kind of casually watching and don't really like weren't maybe paying 100% attention or some like children like younger children or something or like kids that have only seen the episode once, for them it's not really enough to get an emotional connection to this, to see it happen for 2 seconds in a song in the background in an episode where so much else happens. So revisiting this exact moment in time from a funny and slightly different point of view is a really good idea. And it's really creative. And the writers did a very good job getting so much Lujitsu personality into this and building on the stuff that we already know. Like now we know that Lujitsu and Big Mama were like a thing. We didn't know that before in the Draxum song. And the Draxum song was really just to underline the whole Draxum mutated them, which we kind of knew because Draxum already talked about it in Buckbuster. So this is just a very, very solid episode. And I know that there's people out there that were upset that they didn't get an entire episode about turtle babies. But I think that we shouldn't be upset about this because it doesn't mean that we're never going to get that episode. If anything, we're definitely getting that episode now. They're just starting season 2 from the ground up. They're working their way up from this moment because now next time we get a baby turtle episode, it might just be them being small, cute children and Splinter struggling. We already got the short. We already got the flashbacks in that one episode where like they were all very cute in the season finale, and we already got the little comic thing. Like it's definitely happening. They're just priming us for it. And I think that's very good because now it's going to mean so much more now that we know exactly what happened right before Splinter decides, like Lujitsu becomes Splinter and decides to actually raise them. And it's very good and very solid. And I commend the crew for actually doing this because this is a very good, nice, chronological, like easing into it. Now it's not going to be jarring and there's going to be extra emos and more details. And like, it's just, it's going to be like when they do it, they have to do it eventually. They're basically priming us for it. Then when we get more turtle tidbits, it's gonna just feel so much better because it's happening chronologically in flashbacks, and I'm very happy about that. That is my feeling about this episode specifically. I also love all the comedic Draxum, and Draxum's
Yeah.
hilarious in this
And
episode.
my theory to bring this up again is that this was very rushed. I'm doing air quotes for the word rushed, because it is a story that Hugin and Moonin told us, and they are probably very much exaggerating with the pacing and with the events themselves. We are hearing the story not like it happened, is my theory, but through their eyes and their retelling of the
Yeah.
events.
Also, Sakina in the chat says that they're disappointed on how Draxum and Lou's relationship was handled. I think that, yeah, you need to take off the shipping goggles.
Yes.
Like, you need to take the information from, like, it's like you need to give it a separate, completely separate shelf in your brain from the actual lore of the show. Because you can't, just like, if you wanted there to be a more, like, deeper, richer relationship between Draxum and Lujitsu, that was all stuff like before we knew half of the stuff we know about Lujitsu. That is old information that you built on and we built on ourselves as fans and filled in blanks, and when they get filled in differently, then you need to just make a separate shelf. Like, you can keep the other one in your heart, but it's
But
literally Draxum just wanted Lujitsu for his body. Literally.
yeah, that is very true. But this is a retelling through the eyes of the gargoyles. When we had Draxum sing the song, there were a few other details in there. I think that there was a longer time span, probably, maybe, where he did experiments and stuff. And this is all just very rushed because it is literally a story told by these two.
Unreliable narrators. Like
Yes.
Huion and Moonin, they talked about how there was like a dog skeleton on the dog bed. Like, that might not even have actually been true.
Yes.
From, like, we don't know if all of that. We don't know if the dog bed is that plush. Why would Draxum have a dead skeleton in a dog bed on, like, in front of the fireplace while he's watching his orb TV? Like, it's just, it's like, for all we know, there might be another flashback later where Lujitsu talks about how, like, Draxum kept him for weeks and did experiments on him, and he, like, emotionally bonded with the turtles in more than a day. Because this is from Huion and Moonin's perspective, so it's hard to tell what is actually legit and what is not, and what is, like, comedically talked about.
This is a subtext that I think only us older viewers can think about and consider, because for children it would be very dark if Draxum did weeks of painful experimenting, for example, with Lujitsu. But yeah,
that is a little bit intense.
that is
But
very dark.
anything that the crew is doing, like, I trust them 100% with what they're doing. I just desperately need that baby turtle episode at some
Yeah,
point.
same.
I'm willing to wait for it. Give it to me in season 7 if you must, but just please make it really cozy when it actually happens. Also, look at that tiny little Leo before he was mutated. What a bean!
Seeing the babies, or at least some of them,
Mostly
so
Raph
small,
and Leo. Oh, they're so cute.
gave me them emos, of course, from the pictures and the things that we saw on social media that were shared. We all kind of expected more of this, more of these
Yeah.
little squishy babies.
But yeah, that's not the fault of the crew. The
Yeah.
crew probably has no direct control over what exact clips are shared on social media to get hype up for the show.
I'm just gonna leave it on Baby Leo for a bit because he's
Baby Leo is so cute.
adorable.
Also, can someone please draw me Draxum riding his pony? His evil, terrifying unicorn pony? Because Draxum saying, "Put this bridle on my new pony." And I'm just like, oh, he has a pony?
Draxum
And then
is such a weird character, and I am so.
I love Draxum.
Donnie got his flamboyance and his weirdness from Draxum.
Yeah, for sure. Baby Leo is so cute, it's distracting. But I love that Draxum has this creepy monstrous unicorn pony that like grabs things with its hair. It's terrifying.
It's
I love it.
scary.
I love it. Draxum's so weird. Draxum has this weird pony, and he has so many like weird mystical animals captive, and then he just has what looks like a bunch of photos on his wall instead of his very nice pink ass fireplace where he's just chilling in his giant ass chair. Like Draxum's
This
hilarious.
this looks like the room from Beauty and the Beast, by the way.
Oh yeah. Except he's like looking into an orb that is a TV. Draxum's a fascinating character. And I just hope that we can actually work with him in the future because I
Yeah.
think he and Donnie would definitely get along real well.
Yeah.
Like here, he just sits and he's just watching Lujitsu reruns because we know at this point that Lujitsu isn't fighting anymore. So he's not watching this live. He's watching reruns of Lujitsu, which means that he goes and looks at old recordings of Lujitsu to just watch them. He just likes to look at him, and honestly, I can't blame him. Lujitsu's gorgeous.
Yeah, I mean, but that also means that they are airing reruns of Luchitsu fighting because he is not fighting anymore, but Big Mama still wants the cash.
Yeah, I wonder if she makes a lot of money on
Yeah,
Yokai Cable.
that shot was so cool.
Yeah, the colors here and like the glowiness and the metaphor and the entire thing. Like this is also from like Huyin and Moonin's perspective and like Draxum's what Draxum infers. Like we know that this is not exactly how it works because we know that now that like Draxum specifically says for some reason she doesn't let him go even though he refuses to fight. Now we know that it's because he's her snuggle wuggles.
Yeah.
He's his cuddle bear, his snuggle bear. Like she was dating him for like probably several years before that, and now he's like, no, I don't want to fight anymore. Humph, and she's like, aw man, and puts him in a cell and just keeps him there until he changes his mind because he makes that cash money. Do not open. I don't know why she didn't make a lock that she only has the key for.
Yeah,
Like
this is exactly what I mean with this was too easy, and because it is a story, it might have been too easy. I'm just doubting the legitimacy of these retellings.
you think Moonin's talking shit?
Yes.
Yeah, probably. It was probably a little bit harder than that. Also, I find it really hard to believe that they just immediately thought that he was a champion because he could take a lug to the face. And at the end, Huyin does call it stories. Like, your
Yeah.
stories always make me warm inside.
Yeah.
Like, we don't know if this is legitimate or not. But yeah, him just kind of chilling there and having this rat. Who is this rat? And why does
Yeah.
this rat have a pompadour?
Yeah.
Is this a yokai or is this a rat? Like, what is this rat? What's the deal with this rat? I'm suspicious of this rat.
Why is this red meditating and why does this red randomly bite him?
Yeah, like twice, and once enough to just draw a lot of blood. He has like a tally marks, and there's one that where it's like, I don't know, like divided by question mark. He's been there for a while.
Mm-hmm.
For like what, 20, 30, 2 plus 2 divided by question mark. What were you doing?
We also
How
don't know
smart
if
is Lujitsu?
we don't know if he aged in the Battle Nexus.
We don't know what anything really.
Okay, this joke was still funny though when they just lifted him up and dragged him out of there. It was just very funny. It was
Yeah, it was hilarious.
very unlikely in my opinion, but still funny.
Yeah, also he just kind of consensus like, yeah, I mean, if I don't have to fight, because he's like, our boss wants to do horrifying, painful experiments on you. Yeah, I mean, if I don't have to fight, and then the ass, of course.
Yeah.
Just the ass. And then he was just carried away. But yeah, I love seeing Lujitsu on the show. I enjoy
him and I loved hearing him. Now that we all know that it's Lujitsu and Splinter are the same person for sure, that we now can actually hear him talk properly. It was really nice to just hear him.
I enjoy his character a lot.
Yeah, same.
He's a very good character. I love his design. I love his voice. I love the way he talks. I love his bizarrely 80s themed everything. I love what they're doing with him. He's like a tragic character, but it's also really hard to feel sorry for him.
Yeah.
Because he's an asshole like 70% of the time.
Yep.
Which is great. And there he just like immediately fell in love with all the turtles. He named Leo Green
Yeah.
and then Raph got to be green too, and then he was distressed over how he would tell them apart. Had he just decided that he was going to keep them immediately?
He was just, I'm
Because
gonna
he was
adopt
like,
you.
oh yeah, he was just in a cage. He reaches into a bucket, pulls out a couple of normal ass turtles, and he's like, ah yes, I will name you now, and you will be my children. You're in a cage, Lujitsu. You could be experimented on. What are you gonna feed them? You're not taking them home. You're just gonna keep. Why did you think Draxum was gonna let you keep them?
He's a dumbass.
Why did Draxum keep the bucket of turtles right next to his cage? Because the bucket of turtles is really far away from the cage in the next scene. So, like, what? Did he just kick the bucket away once he, like, grabbed Raph? Also, look, Raph gets a little kissy. That was so cute. I love that Raph gets a little kiss. Little
Yeah.
ungrateful bastard with his snaggletooth fighting his dad. Yeah, I mean, like, also, it's probably very nice for Lujitsu. I'm just assuming he's been in the Battle Nexus for a really long time. So it's probably nice for him to see actual, like, familiar animals, non-yokai animals for him.
That's true.
It was
yeah.
probably very refreshing for him to just see some normal ass turtles. And he was like, oh, you're also stuck in this weird underground thing. Also, who supplied Draxum with the turtles? How
No.
did Draxum get 4 vastly different species of turtle in one box underground? Draxum talks about them being amazing creatures from the surface, built for defense and attack, which is hilarious if you look at Leo's face. They're built for attack, ferocious. I enjoy that he's just talking about these like earth creatures like they're the best thing ever, and then he says that like their main weak spot is that they're very slow, so he wants to give them action hero DNA to make them perfect fighters. And it's like, that is absolutely adorable logic, Draxum. That is so cute. So that, yeah, Draxum went to the surface somehow, saw some turtles, and was like, ah yes, my perfect warriors once I give them action hero powers. Can't fault his logic. It's real good. Also, it would have been funny if, imagine if Draxum had actually succeeded and they would have become like evil fighters. And Draxum would have been so proud and they would have just laid waste to humankind, and they would have just, I like to imagine that they would have looked the same, just evil. And I'm a big fan of evil versions of good characters, so I like to imagine like evil Raph, evil Donnie and Leo and Mikey. Gives me life. Also, look at Raph. He's a little bastard. He's biting his face.
He's a snapper, of course he's biting. He's
Yeah.
stupid.
Why would you kiss the snapper turtle on the face?
Like, for real.
They're so cute though. They're so cute. I love seeing them all as tiny little turtles, and Leo has like the softest eyes.
Look at Leo.
So cute.
I know.
Naya just has a bucket with 4 turtles, and Raph has not killed any of the other brothers yet in this box.
Yeah.
Good job, Raph.
Well
Not
done.
murdering
Clap,
the other
clap.
baby turtles. That
He's
you
so
did like
cute.
bite Donnie's head off. So yeah, it's so cute. I love seeing them as babies. It's very cute. It's so soft. Oh no. I'm a big fan. They're so
Drax's
cute.
face on here is kind of terrifying, but also kind of hilarious.
I think that is mostly terrifying because there's so much glee in seeing, like, I think this was the frame where he was talking about them being like the ultimate fighters and like
Mhm.
they're gonna be like great warriors, and then in contrast Leo is just has the softest little puppy dog eyes. He's just so excited. Leo's already like in love with Lujitsu, and he hasn't even been mutated with his DNA yet. And Lujitsu was really like good in this. I love how like he talked about never wanting to hurt anything. He has sworn off violence here, and which is sweet. And I can imagine why he did it, because he'd been fighting nonstop for a really long time. And he was yelling about not wanting Draxum to take these sweet creatures.
Sweet innocent creatures.
Yeah, these sweet innocent creatures. At the same time, he taught them how to fight.
Yeah.
Where did
yeah,
that?
there's the thing that
We haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
That might be touched upon.
Yeah. I mean, he did not really want to train them seriously for a long time, to be honest.
Yeah, it made them watch action movies.
Yeah.
I think it probably got out their action hero tendencies to just watch it and reenact it.
And again, those were literally the same frames as we saw in the song back then.
Yeah, I included them because they're really good frames.
Yeah, but they are the same frames.
They're so cute. And Leo does have white eyes, while everyone else has black eyes. I like to imagine that that means that Leo was kind of the first one to become self-aware.
I mean, in this case, I think it is mostly because of art style and contrast, because his markings
Oh yeah,
are drawn dark. So
that makes sense.
you would not see his eyes if you kept them dark.
Yeah, but there's another clip later on where like Leo has white eyes and the others have like black, but we'll get to
They
that.
are getting
I,
more and more intense with the vacuum suit.
yeah, listen. Okay, see, Lujitsu is very important, and he just happens to have the nicest ass in the universe, and the crew just really wants us to know that. It's just very important for us as the viewer to understand that Lujitsu has the nicest ass in the universe. Also, look at the little babies.
Look at
They're so
Mikey trying
cute.
to get up.
Yes, Mikey's doing a really good job.
Donnie's limbs are so long already.
Yeah. Imagine being Donnie and all of a sudden you have so much limb.
Yeah.
Like you were just a soft shell turtle with a really long snoot, and all of a sudden you just have so much limb. You have so much limb real estate.
And Leo's
It's
just
so
sitting
cute.
there. He's questioning Mike.
Yeah, like he did a little spin on the way there. It's so cute.
Raph
And Raph is
does a
just stuck on
wiggle.
his bed, and
Yeah.
he has just decided that he's just gonna die. He's just like, yeah, I mean, I can't get out of this one. I mean, I'm probably gonna die, and then
We see a little bit of the fight between Luchitsu and Draxum, but here it emphasizes again that this is told from the Gargoyles' point of view.
yeah,
They were watching the fight happen, and yeah, oh no, the boom.
yeah, they like showed up. This boom, I love this. This frame is possibly my favorite in this episode. I love this.
Yeah.
I love when the actual sound effects become physical things and like characters interact with them. I love that. I love that. That is hilarious to me. And the boom coming out also just feels so nice and
Yeah.
chunky. It's so nice. Look at
Yeah,
Raph.
that's
Raph
true.
is they're all so cute. Leo's eyes are white and he's like reaching up and is clearly imprinted on Lujitsu as his dad, while the others have like the button eyes. I think that this means that Leo basically became self-aware the first out of all of them. But also a mood. Donnie has basically been mutated into a part human. He's been human for approximately a minute and a half, and he's already done with it.
Yep.
I mean, that's a mood.
Really is. Yeah, Leo's the one that reaches out, and the
Yeah,
others
like,
are
Leo's-
just, what is happening?
Yeah, Raph is staring into the abyss. Donnie looks exhausted already, and he's like been like human level sentient for approximately 2 minutes. And Mikey, I think Mikey's just clinging to his finger, and Mikey's just being cute. He's just confused. He's just
Yeah.
they're all confused except Leo. Leo's become self-aware.
Yeah. Yeah, I see now what you mean with the white eyes.
Yeah, like his eyes are white, everyone else has black eyes. So I think that symbolizes basically because they have the white eyes in the show normally,
Yeah.
so that makes more sense. That
Yeah, that's
it
true.
makes him look more human.
Yeah.
So
It does.
yeah, Raph is still struggling with his giant feet. And then this asshole rat with the pompadour shows up, gonna explode, which is super sweet, by the way. Jujitsu might be an asshole playboy, but he's like a heart of gold. And then this rat with a pompadour. Like, I don't even know, is this a yokai rat or not? Just decides to bite him.
I mean,
Why?
we do not know yet if, because yokai oftentimes are some sort of animal, do they count as an animal for a mutation? Or is this a legit just rat that Luchitsu had with him? I don't know.
So if this rat wouldn't have bitten Lujitsu, would Lujitsu have been bitten by Raph and touching turtles, got the ooze on him, and then he would have become a turtle person
I would assume so.
because Raph bit him
Yeah.
on the face. So if we're going by like what they have kind of established, though it hasn't been explicitly said, that basically the last DNA or like something that you have, like you either touch or like Repo Mantis, like the cat licked him and became a mantis cat, and
I am.
then this rat bit Lujitsu, and Bullhop ate beef jerky. So it's like the last DNA that you put into your body in some way.
Or got in contact with.
Yeah, or got in contact with like the bodily fluid or something. And then if this rat wouldn't have bitten Lujitsu, he would have become a turtle person because Raph bit him on the face.
Nikki says that he had a pet rat. He is Splinter? Question mark.
Yeah, Splinter was the pet rat,
Ah, okay.
I think, if I'm remembering. I don't remember the 2012. I mostly remember the 90s, and I think that he was the pet rat of the Hamato Yoshi in the 90s show.
Okay,
So
that might be a callback then. I'm
yeah,
not sure.
but
I still want to know who this rat is.
yeah, now we can't have a handsome Luchitsu anymore.
I mean, I don't mind Luchitsu being Splinter rat dude. I love Splinter. But I still feel sorry for Luchitsu because he has
Yeah.
body dysphoria now.
Yeah, and then I
There's
look at
the
the boom in the
boom!
background.
The boom is still there.
The boom is still there. The boom is physical and has decided to stay in this realm of existence. This is the joke I'm talking about. I love that the boom is still there.
I did not even
The,
notice when I watched this the
yeah,
first time.
yeah, like when I was going through this episode frame by frame, I saw that the boom was still there, and it's so funny. It looks so out of place. The colors are so weird, and it's still there. It's such a funny joke.
Here's the comparison frame. There's also this thing that is a difference between how Draxum told the story and how they are telling the story. Because when Draxum told the story, Luchitsu strangely had no shirt on.
Yeah, Draxum decided that Lujitsu was topless. I mean, that wasn't that also a whole thing when he was getting mutated in the song. Lujitsu didn't have like clothes on in that when
Yeah,
Draxum
yeah.
was basically telling the story.
When
So
he
Draxum,
pulled the lever.
Draxum decided that Lujitsu should wear less clothes in
Yeah,
his
in his
flashback.
version.
So if either he had a shirt and Draxum willingly decided that he didn't, or he had no shirt on, and Huyin and Moonin just liked his outfit so much that they decided to add it.
Yeah.
It's like there's discrepancies, and rather than say like, oh, like the people who work on the show fucked it up, I like to rather just imagine that like, these are different
They
flashbacks.
are the people on the show fucked it up. Air quotes. This is absolutely
Yeah,
impossible because these people pay so much attention to detail.
yeah,
If they wanted to make it the same as in Draxum's song, then they would have done that. But
yeah. They would have looked at it directly.
they chose to make it different, and I'm sure that this happened for a reason. It's because it's
Definitely on
the
purpose.
same story told by different people.
Yeah, there's discrepancies. Like the
Yeah.
fire is blue here,
Mm-hmm.
not green. I just enjoy both versions of this.
Yeah,
as long
same.
as the baby turtles are being cute, because you can clearly see that they directly reference the baby turtles. Like the baby turtles are like the exact, except now we see that there's more spines on the one in the more recent one in this episode than there were on like the raft. That's clearly the one that's sticking his little arms out.
Mm-hmm.
And they clearly reference this to get it same.
If
So
you look at
if
the highlights on Luchitsu's arm, there's still the same highlights going on. So yeah, they definitely looked at the shot. They saw that he was topless there, but still chose to give him clothes in this version. So yeah.
Yeah, I think Huyin and Moonin might possibly have not been close enough to actually see what was going on, so they just
Yeah.
assumed that he still had a shirt on. They weren't there. They don't know if Draxum removed the shirt or not. Also, I love here in this shot where Draxum pats his shoulders and goes up, up, up.
Yeah.
When they're just the Huyin and Moonin are so sad that they don't have a job anymore and everything's burning and like there's nothing, no dog bed for them or anything, and then Draxum just looks at them and is just like up, up. I'm so
Yeah.
glad that he didn't get like 2 super beefcakes because that would have just made it more boring. I'm glad that he got Huyin
Yeah,
and Moon.
same.
It was very good. They also look very good on his shoulders. They add to
do.
his
They
character.
do. And I'm very sad that they are looking for a new job. But I mean, we will hopefully see eventually what happened to Draxum. Where is he? What is he doing right now? He needs his shoulder pads. He's cold.
Yeah, also he needs to drink a little bit. He's
Yeah.
been juiced. It's no good. He needs to rehydrate.
He needs some
Rehydrate
milk.
Draxi.
Yeah.
Needs some protein.
He
And then
does.
they just like do a high five. Da-da-da-da-da-da, and they like have a job and they're like, yeah, job security. They truly are millennials.
They are.
They just want job security and a nice place to sleep.
Yes, I
If
can
that is
relate
not
to that.
relatable, I don't fucking know what.
As a millennial, I relate to that, so
As a millennial, I wish I like had their upbeat optimism about everything.
yeah.
Also, I just want them to have a nice dog bed to sit on, like lay on and sleep
Yeah.
on. Like I just want them to be comfy. I love them. I also love that it basically ends with Huyin just opening the cage and they just leave.
You could have done
There's
this
like
the whole time.
yeah, it's like you could have done that the whole time. It's like, oh, your stories made me all warm inside. You know what makes me warm inside? Tamales. And then the high five, and then the episode is over, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, what did I just watch?
Yeah, I mean, when
It's
we were done, we also were a little bit disappointed at first, but really thinking about it for a while, there's nothing to be disappointed about because we knew the story already. We just see it from a different point of view, and we see also how Draxum got to his shoulder pad gargoyles.
yeah, it's a very good episode. If you completely throw away any expectations you might have had because of Twitter, imagine for a second that you knew nothing about this episode before it happened. Like you didn't know, you hadn't seen any teasers about the baby turtles, you hadn't seen any teasers about Lujitsu, and this episode would have happened. You know in your heart it to be true. You would have loved this episode and not been disappointed at all
Yeah,
because you wouldn't have gone into it with expectations of baby turtles. And this is very important because this episode on its own is a solid, very good episode. It really is. Like people just had super high expectations because of Twitter, and we're all hungry for more baby turtle thoughts. Like we are excited about it.
yeah,
And like, yeah, people projected what they wanted on this episode before it even aired, and that is unfair. This episode is really good. It's also a nice refresher of how everything happened. It is a nice different view. It tells us more about Draxum and gives him a little bit of character development and makes him hilarious, which he always was, but I digress. And also it sets up a really like it sets up a good way for them to do a baby turtle tot episode that is basically the direct continuation of this. You just need to take this episode for what it is, and this episode as it is a very good episode that just happens to have a little bit of turtle backstory in it, which is literally just more of what we already knew, except this time it's not in song form and it's more direct. And now I think that during the song was good and had tidbits of like the actual plot in it. I think now with this episode, this has been established proper in the canon.
yeah,
And it's very important to have this episode in it because now that you have established, shown, and actually like given a proper view of this is, you can actually build on this. You can't build an entire plot. Let's say that we hadn't gotten this episode, and the episode we would have gotten would have just been Splinter taking care of the baby turtles and like vaguely referencing what happened. That wouldn't have the same impact. It's important to have a solid base, and I'm super hyped that this is episode 2
mm-hmm.
B. This is like the third episode of season 2. I am psyched for the rest of season 2 because so far it has been really good. It has been, the animation has been fantastic. The characters have been on point. The art is more beautiful than ever. The characters are more engaged in the actual plot, and it just all smells of a long-term art. It just smells like every episode now is just going to have some sort of good character moment in it. And I love that. The warm up is over. Season 2 has been serious from the start. We've had 3 episodes and like they've all been amazing so
Yeah,
far. If the rest of season 2, if all of season 2 is going to be this good, what if season 3 is better? I'm going to cry. Like so far, it's been perfect.
yes,
I'm genuinely impressed. I have been watching cartoons my entire life. As long as I can remember, I've been watching cartoons. I am enthusiastic about storytelling, so I always love when I see this kind of solid writing. It is so good and nothing is wasted. If it's not plot centric, it is character centric. And if it's not plot or character centric, it is comedy centric with these two elements into it. It has just been so good. And like the added freedom and craziness of it with all like their animations and crazy expressions, and now that the characters have like been properly 100% established through season 1, there's so much potential. I like, this is a show that I literally think that could go on for like SpongeBob levels of time without getting old.
I also think that this show proves that comedy centric cartoons do not need to exclude story.
Yes, yes, definitely.
Comedy and story and plot can go hand in hand, and Rice proves it.
Yeah, like it's hard to do all three of these things. Like also have like endearing, heartfelt, emotional moments, really good overarching story, smaller stories, character development, a deep and rich backstory, and two different engaging worlds in it. And you can
Oh
do
yeah.
all of this while you're funny at the same time. And it's all very engaging and really good, and it's a perfect balance of all of the elements, and I am genuinely impressed because this is hard to do. And Rice has managed to get the same amount of, for example, story and backstory and like villains and comedy in that I would expect from like 5 seasons of a show. If this content had been stretched out with 5 seasons with like a bunch of comedy episodes in between, it would still be good. But they've just managed to make it so compact because there's so much potential.
The characters are strong, the story is strong. I wouldn't even say that it starts off slow because the first
No,
season literally is character setting up, character development, setting up
world
of
setting up.
yeah, of the plot.
It's not even like in a way that you notice. Like you don't feel like it's forced setups or anything. Like it is all engaging and fun and a good show, and it has the story and the long form everything. Like season 1 is amazing, and season 2 is just building on that base. It's so good.
That is true. Nothing of it ever feels forced.
Everything that's happened has felt natural and fun. Even the whole Splinter Big Mama romance thing feels natural and not pulled out of nowhere. Genuinely feels like something that could happen in this wacky world. The show is good. I enjoy it.
Definitely, for sure. This is why we're doing this. And
I
I
need
think,
an outlet.
yeah, this is all that we wanted to talk about episode wise today. But yeah, I would say we're slowly getting to the end of a podcast. And the end of a podcast is the new segment that we couldn't do last week because we didn't have anything to show yet. But a couple of people submitted their fan art to our fan art document,
Yes.
and I'm very excited to
Yes.
show off some of the fan art. It's really cool stuff that people showed, and I'm gonna post a link into chat in a minute where you can post your fan art. Please send us your fan art so we can show it at the end of our podcast. And so far already, thank you very much for listening. It's always very fun.
Fan art. Please send it. It's good.
Yeah, send us your fan art. Would love to see it. And I'm gonna start with our fan arts in a second.
Do not send us fan art that is not yours unless
Yeah.
you have explicit consent from the person who made the fan art.
Yeah, that is
Like,
also
we-
set in the document itself. It says that.
Yeah.
This is our rules. Our main rule: it must be your fan art, or you need to have explicit permission to share this fan art. OCs are also completely welcome. We would love to see your OCs. And
Yeah, just share with us stuff you made because you love the show.
yeah, okay.
Something that inspired you. Jokes, OCs, anything really. Please show us the stuff you created for the show.
We're gonna start with a fan art by Amy Hunter.
Oh, they're so cute.
They're
Oh,
adorable. Look at them. I know.
Oh, they're so cute.
I love how
Oh,
Mike.
they're so round and squishy.
I love Mikey's post just be like, ta-da! It's adorable.
Aw.
And Raph having his arm around Donnie is really cute. I love it.
They're all so cute.
Yeah.
I just love the relationship between all of them. Just in
Same.
general.
Same.
Just so good. They're all so cute.
Oops.
Oh, what a soft art.
It's
Love
really
Raffles
soft.
Snaggletooth.
This here's by Crazy Tiffany. It's a small Mikey.
Oh no, he's so angry.
And I remember that
Aw.
they wrote that they gave him little freckles because it just makes him cuter, and I completely agree.
Oof, like I don't know if I can handle Mikey being much cuter than he is currently on the show. That is a distress.
Yeah, this is so cute.
Oof. Please don't weaponize Mikey's cuteness more than it already is.
Yeah,
It's a struggle already.
really adorable. Thank you very much for sharing this, Crazy Tiffany.
Yes, it's very cute.
This here is by FOCIC 105. FOCIC 105.
Oh no,
And
they're so soft.
and I love it. I love how
They have
turtly
little
they look.
tails. They
Yeah,
have
they
little
do.
tails. Oh no, soft little tails. Raph has such a chunky tail.
Yeah, it's so
Oh no, they're so
adorable. I
cute.
love how they literally are just doing the little turtle thing. It's cute little chibi turtles.
Oh, they're very cute. This
Mhm.
could literally be a keychain or something.
Yeah, it could
It's
be.
very cute. And I love how they're all like super cute in the face, and then there's Donnie with his eyebrows. which makes him look way more concerned than all of the
Yeah,
other ones.
and it's true.
Oh,
So
oh it's
cute.
it's so cute. Oh, they look
And
like little Tsum Tsums. Like
it,
those Japanese round
they
plushies.
do. This
It's so
one's
cute.
done by Chammy Jamboree.
Oh, I like the colors. It's so
Colors
nice.
are so
Oh,
pretty.
Donnie has such a long snoot in this
Yeah.
one. Look at his nose, it's so long. It's like a dinosaur. It's so
And
cute.
and he has that Donny shape.
Yeah, like Donnie is mostly legs and hips and a tiny waist.
Yes.
He's so like long. He's like oblong.
I love Mikey's big smile.
And that Mikey's super round and is very cute.
Hmm. This
It's
here's the
so cute.
first fan art by Jeff Dev, who was
Okay.
on the stream earlier but had to leave sadly. His
He doesn't have a shell
yeah,
protector.
he
Oh
needs
no.
he needs his protection. Please give him
Let
his
him let
little
let him
shell.
keep his shell protector on. I'm gonna cry if there's ever an episode where like he gets injured
Yeah,
because
same.
he doesn't have a shell protector. I'm concerned about
But
that.
yeah, today's episode kinda debunked the myth or the theory of Donnie having scars on his
Yeah,
shell now.
he didn't get scars from Shredder, which is good.
Yeah.
That would have been distressing, but at
Second
least my boy's okay.
second fan art by Chev Dev, which was also posted to Twitter, which
This
apparently
is
was
fine.
inspired by our first podcast.
I'm glad that we can inspire you to do art like this. I love that his pinky is out.
Yeah, and
I
you
love
never
this.
know with turtles.
Yeah, that's the thing. They only have 3 fingers.
Yeah,
One is a thumb, one is an index, and the other one's a pinky,
yeah,
I guess.
yeah.
It's good.
It's amazing. It's a really good fan art. I love this. I love the colors and I love the shading. It's
Yeah,
really
I love
awesome.
that. I love that they're doing the colored line art that the show does.
Yeah,
It's very nice.
yeah. And in the background you can see the shredder thing.
Yeah, like
It's
with
really
with the
good.
crackling, and Leo's like, "Yeah, this is fine. I'm not stressed at all." It's like, "Oof, you be a little bit stressed for me."
Here's the one by Kuronigiri,
Oh
which
no.
is based on some shirts.
I'm the
And
cute one, I'm the annoying one, I'm the mean one, I'm guessing is the Donny one. I'm the innocent one. I mean, honestly though, yes.
yes, I
Raph is
completely
so
agree
Raph
with
is so
this one.
pure.
I love his little dot eyes.
Yes, I mean he's the innocent one, but Donnie looks so done.
Yeah.
He does not want to wear these. Oh, that's so cute.
I love the
Honestly,
expressions. You did really well on this one.
yeah, I like Mikey's face. He looks perfect. He looks so
Yeah.
squishy and soft.
Yeah.
He truly is the cute one.
Yeah, he is. He's
Oh, this is
adorable.
so cute. I
Thank you for
love
sending
this.
this in.
I like that Leo's doing the surfer thing with his hand, but he
Yeah.
only has 3 fingers. Oh no, this is the thing we never fucking got that we should have
Yeah.
gotten.
It's by Reptile Eye, Reptile minus Eye, and it's really good. I love this one. I
Oh,
love Raph's expression. I love seeing them in the thing that we never got to see.
yeah, I mean, like, if Bullhop hadn't ruined it, we could have gotten this. This is what we could have had. I
Yeah.
love them in little outfits. They're so cute.
They are. I
They're
love
so
it.
cute. I love it when they wear clothes, like
Yeah.
always. I mean, we kind of saw Leo and Mikey in this in that one
Yeah,
pizza
that's
episode,
true. But never
but we
Raph
did.
and Donnie.
Yeah, Raph and Donnie we didn't see, and I like the shading on this.
Yeah.
Like the colors chosen for the shading are really spot
Yeah,
on.
yeah. And I like how
It's
Leo
very
is
good.
embracing his waiter role.
Yeah, he has weird hot dogs wrapped in dough, I guess. I don't know what they're called. We don't really have these in Iceland.
This next one is an OC art. It's by
Fancy.
TMNT rules all. Rise of the TMNT
Mhm.
rules all. It's a character called Isolde, is apparently a relative of Baron Draxum.
Ooh,
I-
I like her feet. I like her little cloven feet thingies.
Yes, I really like
She
her
has
design.
crazy cool legs. She looks like something from World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
She's
And apparently
cool.
she knows what happened to Draxum's face. I would like to know. Please share your secrets.
Yes, fan theories on that sound fun. I want to know what happened. I want to know if that is even Draxum's actual
This
face.
one's by Sherp Aubra, or Sherp Aubra. I'm sorry if I mispronounce your name. This is the first one. They also drew a Raph one, and they're really cool. I like the white eyes.
The glowy eyes. It looks so
Yes.
dramatic.
Really cool. Thank you for sending this in.
These are very good. This one has a red mask. It's very cool.
Yes. The next one is by Super Sentai Hedgehog.
Oh no, these are cute. I like the rim light.
Yeah, the rim lights
It
are
makes
really
them look
cool.
really nice and solid. And I like I like that Donnie's eyebrows get to be this like lighter color because otherwise they would be gone, and I enjoy that. It's very
Yeah,
important.
it's really cool art. I like how badass it makes them look. Also, I just got
Yes.
spooked by the
I mean,
dog noise.
I'm sorry. I have a dog next to me, and he wants some attention. I've been talking for like almost 3 hours. He's probably very confused.
This one's by Taxidermied Demons. It's a cool
Taxidermy
Donnie.
demons. I like the style on the eyes, and I like the mismatched colored eyes that match his visor. I'm a
Yes.
fan. Like that's cool. I know that they all have solid black eyes, but I'm always a fan of different colored eyes
I like the
in.
colors here. They're really soft and nice.
Yeah, it's nice. I also just really like I like the way that like the lines go over the edges on like the eyelashes and the mouth. It's really good. Also tail, tiny tail.
Yes, very important.
Honestly,
I just really
honestly
like
tiny
it.
little tails.
I really like it when people draw the turtles in their own art style because I
Yes.
literally cannot do that. I am incapable of doing that. So I am slightly jealous when people.
You've been capable of doing a different style because you can only draw almost identical to the actual show.
Yeah, that is very
So,
true.
yeah.
So I am just jealous when people can actually translate their the
Yeah.
characters into their own style. I've been trying. I've been struggling. This is really cool. Thank you for sending this in. And this is the last one by Young C or Young Shi. I'm sorry if I mispronounce, but this one's really cool.
Oh no, we have no money. Donnie with a bush. Oh no, the expressions are all so good.
Yeah.
Oh no, I love the colors on the top, like right, Donnie, the red ones. Oh, it's so good. Sometimes I feel like we're just roommates.
Yeah.
And I love Donnie and his hoodie. It's like A+ content. These are really good. I love the colors on this. This
really,
is solid.
really good fan.
Also, the expressions on the bottom right are amazing.
Yeah.
The eyes are so wide open, and this mouth is doing like a straight line. It's hilarious.
They are. It's
really
really
that's
good.
so funny.
Thank you so much for sharing this
Oh,
with
that's
us.
hilarious. Good job on that one. The faces are so funny.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And that
What
was
a good Donnie.
for today. Thank you everyone who sent in fan art. I would love to see more. Please create more fan art and share it with us. I'd love to see it.
Also, if you do,
fun.
make sure that you tag it with #support_TMNT. And I actually think that you should tag Nickelodeon as well. We need to show them that we're actually doing fan stuff for their show. But of course, TMNT is also a good hashtag for it. You can also just at us directly to make sure that we are twitter.com/turtles_rising. You can follow us on Twitter if you want. We mostly post stream notifications and other content that we find on there.
Yeah, or sometimes I just yell about how hard editing is.
Yeah, like honestly, just if you want to be notified about all the weird shit we're doing, Turtles Rising is good. Depending on the amount of fan art we're getting, we might not get to yours immediately. If it keeps snowballing and becoming more and more, then we're gonna
That's not
have
what
to
you mean.
stagger them out a little bit. But we will definitely do try to get to all of the fan art because it's so good.
Yeah, and it's so important to show the show that we love it. And I'm sure
Yes.
that people that work on the show really appreciate all of the fan love.
Yeah, the fan art, the support, all of that stuff. Just make sure that you keep it nice, you do your best, you just show your love for the show or don't. If you just like to listen and enjoy, then that's okay too. We'll just make content to make up for you. That's fine. We got your back.
And I would say we wrap it up here. And thank you
Sounds
all
like a
very
good
much for
place.
listening. Thank you all for coming to the stream. We stream every Sunday currently on Picardo. It might change in the future. I'm not sure yet. We will see.
We're still figuring
Yeah,
this
we will
out.
see where
This
this will
is
go.
our second podcast, so please have mercy on us, senpais.
Yeah, you can also follow on YouTube. Follow, like, and subscribe.
Yes, smash that like button.
And
I don't think there's a like button on Picardo.
yeah, no. But yes,
Yeah,
this is
we'll
gonna be
figure
it
it
for
out.
today. And see you guys next Sunday at the latest for another podcast.
See you around, guys.
See you around. Bye bye.
Bye bye.